showing you this reaction real quick. Let's see. Let's see if he reacts. Okay, people, hello, how we doing out there? First things first, my name's Kenneth Bird. My company is ILEG Technology Screens. ILEG stands for Infusion Light Energy Gain Technology Screens. Oh, he's pretty beat. Okay, he's tired. Usually when I say that, he's just up and running around, but nope, he's good. Just want to chill over there on his giant blanket. All right, so, yeah, working on our future. Exposure. Technology in as many places as we possibly can. We have meetings coming up with City Hall with people that are going to help us get our technology out there, because that's one of the things we need the most is a lot of exposure for our technology. And majority of our business, yes, will be done offline. Because again, that's where the exposure is at. A lot of it. We're not going to get it online. We've done all we could do online. To tell you the truth, honestly, I literally had to sit up here and think about ideas of what kind of videos to do. I'm like, we don't really got anything. We've done everything. We don't have nothing left. Like, what are we going to do? Just show off stuff? I guess most stuff will work on my other YouTube channel called On The Go, because I'm planning to be all over the place over there. So we're just going to be posting a lot of videos over there. But other than that, over here, just some stuff or promo demonstrations, and that's basically about it. There isn't much really we can do over here. We've done a lot of stuff. So right now I'm just going to concentrate on the Theater on the Go, and home ILEG Technology Screens on the Go on that YouTube channel, because I'm going to be out and about on that, which I like that more, because I'm going to be out and about. That's what I like about it. I'm not inside most of the time. That's fantastic. And, like I said, we got people coming through all this week to take a look at this technology, because they want to see more of it. And cameras, they love it. They like the videos they see on YouTube, but it's not enough. They have to see it in person. And that's how that works. You have to see it in person. In order to get the big contracts, in order to get the exposure, all that stuff we need, in order to have people vouch and say, yes, I've seen this with my own eyes, it actually is existing. Because again, there's a lot of crap that went on with people who got all these grants from the government, and they used them for their own personal use, and some of them didn't even have a business. So now they have to be on site, they have to see your stuff, and you have to be licensed. All your paperwork has to be in order, showing you have a legitimate business, or they won't touch you. So what makes our company different, because when we go in there, we ask and require for certain stuff, they're not used to hearing that. They're not even used to hearing a black screen. They have all white screens throughout City Hall, and all the other establishments all through Allentown have white screens. And this would benefit Allentown in a very large way of having black technology introduced, because again, it doesn't cost a lot to run it. It really doesn't. A projector we're using for this demonstration cost me $60. That's my long throw, extended long throw. That's a $60 projector sitting behind me, picking an image up that well. And yes, we can fire it in fully lit environments. We have to the back of me, over here, on our new portable projection screens. That's a 300 lumen QME projector. That projector cost me $40. That's it. Watch my fish from there. And then over there on the AdTech and visible panel technology, we have over here, we are running our $16.50 projector. That's going to be far in a few minutes. We got that on our Fire Stick running right now. I'm actually setting up this system, because this one's going to have the screen on it. Our new PC, I'm working on the case. This is our new technology. This is the screen that will allow us to go anywhere we want. Outside, inside, it doesn't make a difference. This thing can fire up anywhere it wants to go. That 300 lumen outside, with mind, the projector doesn't have any protection out there. When we did the 5200 lumen, the projector was inside. At 300 lumens, that projector wasn't inside, it was outside. So Again, there's nothing left of the lumen count by the time it strikes the screen. The light can transfer through it. So the fact that it was able to read that well, yeah, it is going to be doing quite well. And what we can do with it. Yeah, library underwater. I like them. They got some really interesting designs. Okay, see how bright that pops up? Yep. Got some lights behind the back of it. I think can run with no problem whatsoever. So that comes in multiple sizes. Explain to them they want to know as much about the technology as possible. So there's a lot. So you have 3 different screens in here. We have the cinematic, we have the gamer, and we have the AdTech, which is the TV, visual TV technology right there. Oh, yeah, we got switches on the side of it. Meter. AdTech and absorb the sun. There's no problem. That screen could fire up anywhere it wants to go. So once in 2026, this thing's going to be contracted. Our contract, really in our contracts now. So when that thing reaches in 2026, we'll have companies under their belt ready to basically install that technology everywhere. Or is Ricky DeRoach. I'm changing his name. Ricky DeRoach. That's future technology over there. Right there is our present technology and the one behind me. $300 lumens. That's it. So when they come in, they'll notice that, number one, we're not using expensive projectors. Many projectors cost over $200. Number two, all the screens can pull up in here. With the ton of lighting we have, about 24,000 in the ceiling, which is actually higher than the average office. That's why when I was downstairs in the conference room, the screen's easy cakewalk, because that's the average lighting you will see in any kind of conference room, any kind of environment. You'll see that lighting. That's a cakewalk, because these screens are used to being in a much more harsher environment. We don't like to hold hands for our screens, because that hurts the product. You know, if you do these fake demonstrations in the dark, as I said before, you hurt your product. How would you operate in commercial if you're in the dark all the time? Depending on an ultra short throw projector, because the distance throw is needed because your screen doesn't work. How would that even work? You should never mention calibrating the video, ever. Never ever mention it. It's a handicap for your screen, that's what it is. Nothing but a handicap. People mention it because it became tradition that you have to do this in order to get your colors to balance right. Well, what's the point of putting 1.7 billion colors on a projector if you can't see them? That's a waste of money. Anybody ever think about that before? What's the point of having these really high, insane color counts if we can't see it to begin with? What are we paying for? Eventually, what you're going to have to calibrate? That's pretty sad. We've never calibrated a day in our life. Neither has my customers. Neither has anyone we've done business with has never, ever calibrated. It's not required. Projectors are very powerful. The problem is the screens make them seem like they're not that powerful. So I should be able to sit here in all this light, and I should be able to operate 300 lumens. Our projector sitting over top is in eco mode. That's at 2,500 lumens, and the projector underneath of it sits at 2,200 lumens. And I should never have to turn my lights off to accommodate the screen or change my environment. It should run exactly as when I walk in here, that's how it should run. Way too many commercials behind that one. Can we like it. No, I ain't doing 21. At least give me 10. I'll take 10. Nope, not too much. What we got here? A bid party. There's no way in the world watching 20 minutes of commercials. There we go, 5. That works. I'll do 5. No, 20 minutes. Now, when I sat there and made that statement, yeah, I am. I'm tired. We've tested just about every freaking thing you can name under the sun. Everybody else, look this way. Our testing is so vigorous, I can literally make this video itself a challenge. How many people do you think will match it by today? Nobody is going to match it by today. You got 3 different versions of technology in here. You have to compete with each 3 of these screens. That one can go out in the sun. That one can operate at 300 lumens at 9 o'clock and 12 o'clock in the evening and in the morning. It can also pick up 100,000 to 120 of the direct sunlight and still read at 50 lumens. There's no any way you can come near that thing. The other version, the black version of it, alters and changes the screen's color and capabilities, which we definitely have to do more videos on that one. But anyway, and you guys are on ultra short though. My projector sits back 15 feet from the screen we have over here on the cinematic. So, no, y'all don't do any of these tests at all, period. If you did, you had tons of videos would come up before ours. Our videos come up first because we have so much testing done. So, no, I'm not going into that whole competition and people at the end of the day saying, well, I don't care what you have. I really don't. We're going to be contracted really soon. That's when my buddy kind of set in my head, like, what the freak do you even care? You made it out. You're done. You are done. You made it out. Your stuff is tested. You know it works. You could run it any time of the day. You could run it inside anywhere you want. What do you care about them at the end of the day? They're not even there yet. It'll take them years before they catch up to you. The little quick fix schemes don't work because no one buys that stuff. There's no testing behind any of it. So again, what do we care? All I had to do is have somebody walk into this environment and see this, and that's it. I got a contract because there's nothing like it anywhere. Even if they look at black screen, guess who comes up first online? We come up first. Ambient rejection, us. Outdoor, us. It's all us, literally. You know, look for yourself. We're flooded everywhere. You can type in advanced ambient light. And we pop up because that's our technology. Type in ILEG, infusion light energy gain. We pop up. Anything involving black technology, we come up first. So that being said, no, we can have people go online, look us up, we're there, no problem whatsoever. But our main goal now is to get this technology offline so we can get more publicity for it. And the publicity is going to be in a showroom where people can come in off the street and see it for themselves. So I'm not going to be doing a lot of videos on repairing this and doing that, all that. No, I just don't have time for it. I need to concentrate and put my energy into my new format, which is out here. And I can't express it enough. You have to know your product. If you don't know your product and you're making it up, you're in a lot of trouble. So up here, you're going to be face to face with somebody. Not online, we can hide behind your computer and your cell phone. You're going to be face to face with people every day. Any company, any distributorship, I guarantee you, bar none, I should know before them, is going to request your documents, number one. And number two, you're going to have to back up what that product can do, even if you have to fly down there to show them, because they will not believe you on camera. You got to show them. So you can't be making up some game range, dumb nonsense in the day. See the ILE, Fusion Light Energy Gain. See the technology that we have right here? We've been back this up 100%. Okay. Now, of course, we expect for the crying and the whining. It comes with the territory. We know that already from before. And oh, by the way, Shelton the Third, uh, Mr. Williams, you got to grow up, man. You really do. We know it's you. We definitely know it's you. You got to grow up, okay? Look, you got removed. You can either you got removed. We're gonna find out today because I contact that building. Either they removed you out of the building, or you got a notice something popped up, or something happened. Your activity has completely has deceased. So somebody made contact with you about something. We know that from the door. But still, we have a lot of unfinished business. Because you did attack my company. You did attack family members, and you did reach out to other people who don't know you. So that's a criminal charge we're filing against you. So we're not done with you yet. I'll be in contact after we're done here. I got to get hold of the Baltimore police. I got your police records that we filed over at Allentown, over here at the police district, on the problems we were having with you. And the building will vouch 100% on the problems because they are in the process of removing you, or you're already removed from the building. So with that being said, we'll be able to get you on cyber harassment charges. So for that carries a 20-year prison sentence if you're found guilty. I don't think you being found guilty is going to be hard, especially with your fingerprints inside of these envelopes. And you tried to send me postcards, I guess because of the whole fingerprints thing, but I already have about 20 letters from you with your fingerprints embedded inside. Each one of them carry your signature, and each one carry the address where you live at, right? Well, I don't know if you live there anymore, but the address where you're at. On top of that, with the other charges, trade commission involving the FBI because of identity theft, posing as a priest, something you are not. We had to file with them. You're going to have to prove you have this identification, the doctrine, and all that stuff. If you are taking money from people and you're not this person, that makes you a major scammer, and that makes you identity theft. So who knows what else he was doing besides that when he was out there trying to pose as a minister. Mind you, you reached out to my company over 100 times in emails stating that you were a minister. So you can see how bad this is going to get in front of a judge. So we're not done with you yet. Just because you're getting removed, you probably got your notice already. Let them know you got an eviction coming up. You got to go to court and you got to prove, which you're not going to be able to do. You're going to have to worry about the criminal charges, and then after the criminal charges, we're filing a lawsuit against you for around $250,000. Now, that's just me, mind you. You did contact my sister, right? So my sister's filing another set of separate charges against you. Criminal charges, again, these will be cyber crimes. This will carry another additional 20 years on top of that. And you did contact them posing as a minister, right? All right, then. You gotta face that. You know, this guy went on there and said some dumb statements. He said, "Nothing's happened to me yet." Remember that video you did? What's going on? Yeah, it's happening, right? So I'll be reaching out to the building today to get confirmation that either it's in process or he's been removed. And that will basically keep our attorneys from suing them. Because they just want something. They're sitting there doing nothing at all, then we have a lawsuit to file for the building. You want to file a lawsuit? Nah, not really. Not necessary. Not necessary at all. They get rid of him, we're good. And then we'll go from there with the criminal charges and get all that done because we can use their testimony of what happened in court and how he was removed from the building for his actions are the same actions we filed criminal charges against him. So that works out just fine. Now, I would advise Mr. Williams that When you are removed from the building, if you already are removed from the building, you contact Baltimore police and you let them know. They know who you are. Keep in mind, we have your full name, as in Derek Franklin Williams III. We have pictures of you. We know what you look like. We have voice recordings of you contact. We have everything needed was presented over to them. So you may want to reach out to them and let them know your new whereabouts, because if you don't, you're going to get a warrant for your arrest. You do not want to be hunted, trust me. And I don't think your family members want the police popping up at their location searching for you. Nobody wants to go through that. So save everybody the time and the headache and go down there and let them know where your new residency is going to be at, so they know where to come and put your summit for you to show up in court. We will be there. I told you at the end of the day, what did I say? I told you that if you didn't stop it, I was going to see you in court, right? Then I'm a man of my word. And it's happening, right? Okay, then. Got to face the music. All right, then. Right. Acting like Shelton Johnson or whatever you're trying to do at the end of the day, that's just stupid. Again, you have not grown up at all. This man is about to hit his crossroads pretty soon, and he is still dancing with the devil. Still dancing with the devil. Devil's going to have you in that situation, in that place. Do a little bit more dancing for him, saying, hey, you might be able to get over on this inmate over here, and it's going to cost you. So dancing with the devil. You're supposed to be a man of God. This supposed to be a man that's supposed to help people and usher them to find God. And we have curse words, death threats, all kinds of stuff. You're claiming to be a minister. I can't wait till the judge sees this. What kind of minister does that? What type of minister? You're not even a minister at that. You don't have a doctorate. No doctorates, no college you went to. We asked her from the door. That's the one thing I asked you. I said, hey, you're a minister. I want to see your clergy ID. I want to see your diploma, your graduate's degree, your doctorate that you got, what college you went to, where's your church at, church members of the church that can vouch for your that this is a church. You don't have any of that because you went behind a Burlington cofactor, which we documented those videos too. We haven't documented that when I asked you this question and you ranted. I didn't even listen to that mess. The fact you were there without documents already lets me know that you don't have this information. And if you don't have this information, why are you asking for monthly donations from people? Yet has a nerve to call someone a scammer. Isn't that interesting? Well, let me put it this way. Our future, super, super, ultra bright. Your future, not very bright. Dumb stuff, people. Dumb stuff. I'm going to finish working on putting the glue in the tabs down, because this goes on every time we paint. Put our tabs back in. My new business cards coming in. I'm happy about that. We're going to get our showroom pretty soon. And I'll be able to advertise our technology on another level. People will be to come in and see it. I'm going to be reaching out and getting my school district contracts. Contracts just about everywhere you can possibly think of. And my company is going to make a ton of money. And we're going to do quite well. Now, gentlemen, if I was this person you claim me to be, right, this would be one of the dumbest moves I would have ever made in my entire life. Who in their right mind would have a screen so dark you can barely see it? Was using some kind of special ability. Mind, you're being sued for that, by the way. Has some kind of special ability on their camera to be able to brighten the image and make it look like something that it's not. And I'm in an office where people move in and out all the time. I got people coming in today. I got people coming in next week. How would that work? How would we do that? What about the smoke lounge? Owner was sitting right out there with us. How would we be able to manipulate his mind to make him believe that he was seeing a brighter screen? How would that work? What about the caring place? We walked all through that. There's people in the background you can hear walking through that whole entire unit. How do we convince all those people that that screen is brighter. How will we do that? This is where you're going to have to explain this in court. You don't explain this in court, it's going to cost you a couple $1,000,000 because it's a rumor you started and you lied about my company. Also, it's considered to be fraud against my business. So it can carry anywhere between a 2-year, 3-year, 4-year, or even 30-year prison sentence. So you're going to have to prove that. I'll let you hold my camera. You can show my lawyer. Entertain us. Show us how it's done. Mind you, keep in mind, when that phone enters your hand, your life is literally in your your life is in your hands right now. That means the meaning of you getting more time stacked on previous time you're about to get. Lawsuits are going to hit that you don't have any more money left, but they're still going to hit you with lawsuits. So, and mind you, it'll be on court record, which I plan to build a website and make it public domain so everybody can read what happened in the courtroom. Which means your friends and family will know also. Unless you went on camera and you lied. Made a statement that wasn't true because you were jealous because our products work. That's why. And if that's the case, I'm going to explain something to you. You're going to go to jail and we're going to sue you for millions of dollars. Definitely going to happen. So you're just going to have to prove that part, right? So then, if that was the case, this would be virtually impossible. I have more light in my environment than you. My projectors cost far less. They use less power. They're not even calibrated machines. There are no special abilities on them whatsoever. I think smoke and mirrors would be in the line of dark environments, high-powered machines, and calibration. That would be smoke and mirrors, right? There you go. Claiming that you pull a contrast when you're in a really dark environment. That's smoke and mirrors. See that jealousy, people? That's why I warn people about following the devil. And that jealousy will take so much from you. These people are going to end up going to court. They have no way to get out of this situation. They're going to lose everything in that courtroom. Most of all, they're going to lose their freedom. They're too old to be in that section. They're going losing their freedom. These are old people, I think they just like me. Now, the last couple of years is your most valuable. And they're going to lose all that because of jealousy. Same thing Satan had for God when they were in heaven. Can you imagine that? Lucifer was God's right-hand angel. He was God's right-hand angel. Do you understand the position he was given? God, who created the universe, the heavens, the stars, all that exists and beyond, the beginning and the end, had a right hand. And that right hand, Lucifer, got filled with jealousy and pride. And what happened to him? Decided he was going to take over heaven. And he lost. And he got thrown onto the earth. And mind you, Lucifer was a very, very, very beautiful angel. Well, not anymore, he's not. He's quite hideous. That's something that the human eye can look upon. He was cast out. That's where jealousy got him. Jealous of God. You see the path you guys took? There you go. What did that path lead to? Did it make you rich? Did it make your product famous? Is it putting it on the next chapter? No, it destroyed everything around you. That's what it does. That's what jealousy does. Now, you sit there and say, I'm jealous of your product, but I don't copy your specification sheets. I don't copy anything you have. I can make your stuff. Yeah, that's easy to do. But we don't copy any of your stuff. Why would I want that stuff? I wouldn't dare put your stuff anywhere near on my site. If you notice that your stuff is never on my site, it's on something called a blacklist. It's a section in the page that's designed to show that companies that we expose for committing fraud, they're nowhere near posted on anywhere else on that site. I don't want your stuff on there. Your stuff is tainted. Right, you take our names and labels and whatever and post them right directly to your front page. Now, why why would you post something there that was considered to be such a bad product? Why would you copy the specification sheets of something that was a bad product? Why would you try to duplicate and try to give away for free something that was a bad product? That's because you're jealous, that's why. So how's that working out for you? That whole having her paint and basically giving it away for free for nothing. I mean, technically, you got a little package coming to your front door pretty soon. And tracking number was activated, so we're going to post tracking numbers again. We'll have a package coming there soon. It's coming to his business. He claims he doesn't have his business. By California state law, you do have a business. It's just missing some very serious documents, so it's still active. So you do have a business. And if you were to claim you didn't have one, you would have to show why you don't have one and why you feel you don't have one. And that means you would have to go through their office to clear that mess up with this statement due date, which you can't do because you lied and committed perjury. So again, that's just opening up a bigger Pandora box. So you have a business. That's what you have right now. And you can change the name all you want on your account. You still have a business. And because you have a business, that means that we can go in and find out whether or not you have a license to run that business that's already running right now in your name and on your landlord's building right now, which you don't have that license. You're going to need the LLC to get the license, so you know that. And you can't do that. So I'm going to put a request in, and that tomorrow, I think I'll do it today. We'll do it today. We'll put a request in over there that we need your license in your DBA. That's why, you know, he doesn't use the LLC anymore. He needs to put in everything. He doesn't put the LLC anymore. He can't use it because there's documents coming to his house asking him for those documents that they need. And he lied and said his business was 5 months, years old. And, you know, come on. Why would you even do that? Well, I tell you, that lie the devil told you that you had to get a free get out of jail free card. He lied to you. He set you up big time. He had this guy go in and lie to him and have him believe that he could do whatever he wanted to do and he'll get away with it. He lied to you. And you did all that crazy stuff thinking, you're going to get away with this. I can do what I want. Yeah, you thought you had diplomatic immunity, didn't you? You could do whatever the freak you wanted to do. You don't have that. You have, get charged, go to jail like the rest of us. That's what you have. There are some crazy bets going on in this package. The bet is, some people are betting that he's going to do it. Some say he's not going to do it. Some people are saying that he's going to sign for it. He's not going to sign for it. There are people betting it's going to come back to us. I think it's going to come back to us. My personal opinion, because that's what my personal opinion, we've been to this with him before. We're going to basically get that package back. There's no way in the world he's going to do that, the demonstration. He can't tamper with the product because the lids are glued on. You have to crack those things to get them open. So he can't basically pop it open, pour something in, and no, because it would look strange. We made it right on camera on top, but that was made on camera. Everybody saw what it looked like. So, no, he can't do that. There's no way around that. Now, he may try to darken his product, but this would be a fail, and the reason why is there's two versions in this. One that's darker in there, that has the 2 tablespoons of mica and 3 spoons of black in there. And then there's one that's made exactly like his product, which has the 2, which is a little bit lighter. There's no mica in it whatsoever. So he runs the risk of matching one of those or the other. And we all know that the Cinemax mix isn't a dark paint. We know that. We've seen dozens of videos on it, so it's not. Neither is the Hybrid. Neither of the personal mix. They're not darker mixes, so we know that he'll mess with it. If he does mess with his own product, trying to, I don't even know how, it's just backwards. You're trying, if you are trying to do that, you do know that's your product, right? Either way, it's a damn you do and damn if you don't scenario. It's your product coming to you. So keep in mind, Fernando, even that product that came in, you're still going to have to put that against house paint. It's your product. We made it literally off your video. You're going to deny, say it's not yours? Good luck on that one. That's you. That's your product, right? All right then. So I don't know how he's going to deny something that's his. That was the best idea. My friend sat there and said, "What the freak? Don't send him anything. Make his stuff and send it to him. It's his stuff. Why would he have a problem doing a demonstration against his own stuff? Because we went through for 4 years trying to get him to do it, and he wouldn't do it. That's why when he claimed he fake moves, he sent us an email, and in the email stated that good luck on sending me up the gray paint because I'm not here. I moved. That's literally what we got from him. He don't want to do that demonstration. Should have been done that demonstration. It's called a gray versus gray. Should have been done those demonstrations. We do them all the time. Black versus black. We do them constantly all the time. You have to. It's called gray versus gray. Should have did that anyway. And if he did that test and the product didn't match, then he would have been able to beat that with no problem whatsoever. Like when we requested for our black paint and we never got it. You know why we never got the black paint? Because you watch us do countless hours of all different forms of black against our screen. Keep in mind, I used to have an elite screen, and for some reason we had an issue with them not picking up the screen, so Amazon told us to keep the screen. So I had this big old white screen there. I was like, this will make a fantastic side-by-side screen. That's what we use it for, and that's what I was using it for. So he's always in our chats, always in there. We're never in yours, Jamie. There's nothing. Why would I go over to someone's site who basically has nothing? He doesn't show any new technology. He's not doing any new demonstrations. Every time my camera comes on, the scenery changes in here. Nothing changes in your environment. It's the same thing every day over the last 4 years, over and over again, the same thing. And once in a while, you may change out a projector, but still same environment. But anyway, no, we don't. I don't go over there. I don't bother with that. That's why you did the whole Jerry John, where he named that character and said he was looking for a gallon of paint. You ended up in junk, right? And said looking for a gallon of paint, and I need you to from this video you have on your account. It wasn't any video for an account. It was a video he did. That's what he was, because we don't go watch his stuff. He has to literally make a fake account. You know the time and effort goes into make a fake Hotmail account, and to go through verifications, put a link on it, and then lie on it to send it to us so we can come in and look at your video, because we don't even bother with your channel. Only time I come into your channel is I'm saying something and I gotta back it up, because I don't like to say things that I don't have a chance. I don't back it up. I don't say it, and that's why I go in there. Other than that, no, we don't go in there and watch your crap. I'm wasting my time. Why don't I be in there? I could be doing something like this in an environment fully lit instead of watching your videos sitting in the dark on a $3,300 machine. No, it's a waste of time. So that's why he had us do all that to get us to see the demo, because we don't come in and watch that crap. No. And what did that cost you, Mr. Fernando, doing that fake demonstration? It got you embarrassment, didn't it? You don't remember 5 years of me testing that product back, and a year ago in the garage testing that? We did that already. So you thought that was something new we just did? No, we done that already. Where were you at protesting 5 years ago? Precisely, there you go. You just pick and choose what you can and try to debunk. You didn't like the fact that the certified screen took out a gray screen. Your screen can't compete with a certified screen. You live in this world of delusion. You do. Where in the world would you ever think that your gray screen paint can compete with Black Diamond or Daylight Screen or Elite Screens? No, it doesn't. You willing to back that up in court? I'll take you to court on that. I'll challenge. I know where you live at. I'll send you some court documents right to your door. And you want to back it up. I got a notary right in this place right now. You want me to send some documents to you? I'll send them over to you. Let's go to court and let's challenge this. Your product can take out one of these screens in a fully lit environment. You pull up the same contrast, the same color, the same everything. I will dig you out of the comfort of that little home you're in, and I'll drag you into a courtroom. Mr. Fernando, you make any more dumb statements on your channel, I will send documents to your front door, and I will pull you into court on it. Anything else more you got to say, we can take it to court right there and then. I'll send documents for you to sign. You'll get plenty of them. Trust me, there'll be a lot coming to that address. And every time you don't sign one, it comes back to us. We will post tracking numbers showing that you didn't sign for these things and you're sending them back, which makes you a liar, doesn't it? And enough of these we send to you, and it shows that you have not signed them and they return back to sender. It means that when we go to court, we can have a track record showing you on YouTube making up things that are not true, which is considered to be slander and defamation, which you can be sued for. I'll build a track record on you of these documents that will be coming to your door for you to sign. Now, he can't sign them. We all know that. He lies all the time. So if you can't sign them, then that means you lied, right? All right, then there we go. So when that paint gets there, either he's going to do the damage or he's not. Either way, he's damned if he do and damned if he don't. And these are sealed. Make sure you open up the box so we can all see what's inside. We did a full recording. Everyone saw what's inside the box. You can't put anything in it. So this came with it or that came with it. If you put anything in that box, we have it on record showing the box properly recorded, showing everything that was in it, all the content. If you put anything extra than that, I'll have a police officer at your front door. Think I'm joking. And I'll show them evidence. Because that's a very serious charge. And involves the post office. That means we illegally sent something in the mail to your address. You go do that, I guarantee you, I'll have California State Police on your front door with that control number. So don't play with stuff, okay? Always sneaky. You gotta watch. He's a very sneaky individual. He does eat with the devil. He does. And think of stuff like that. You have to eat with the devil. You have to dine with the devil. To think of sneaky tactics like that. You have to dine with the devil. We got our areas here. This is going to be an interesting case. It's going to be a beautiful fantasy case. It's going to be beautiful. I can't wait. I need to go pick me up some plants. I need to go pick up some plants so we get a test run. I got glow-in-the-dark paints here already. I do want to do a test run on our plants. Some glow-in-the-dark paint. So we got to pick up a tank so we can submerge the screen underwater. I'm supposed to get that, and they can get that. And I need to pick up some extra fine brushes. I want to do a glow-in-the-dark paint with that, but this is going to be coated all black today. And then we'll work on the layers of the fantasy design we're going to do on this. It's going to be quite interesting on how we have to do this. Top area and some of the areas in between are going to involve a lightning cloud system. And then we're going to have the larger screen that we have probably over there fitting to this so we can see inside of it like we do over here. It's going to give it a much better effect. Oh. I'm going to change the page and I'll go to form sites. I get a chance to talk to people that have common sense. That's why I like the form sites. Even with the great paint makers, they even have common sense. They don't say dumb stuff. I do agree to a certain degree that the product only does so much. I respect that. I do. They're not living in some freaking fantasy world like these guys in the day. They just make it up as they go along. That's why I like going over there and talking with them, because I have people that are in the field and they know what they're talking about. I don't know what type of world these people live in. These people, I don't know. But I can tell you one thing. You're your worst enemy. You know the song Linkin Park, I'm my own worst enemy. That's what you are. You have completely destroyed the foundation and structure and good name of your product. Therefore, you can't go anywhere with it. I think one of the things you would have to get right in the black technology is color. You would have to show black screen. A gray screen, and then watching McAfee lie and curse on camera because he became extremely frustrated because the screen came up gray. This is the big kicker right here, and it came up in the forum site a few times. He had to know the screen was gray. Off camera, he knew that screen was gray. I'm pretty sure he knows the difference between colors. The meter head was black. It laid against the screen. You can show that it was basically two different colors. So he had to know that. On top of that, he had the fake Phantom sitting up there, and it was black paint. So you didn't see that from there when the camera was off? And you couldn't have the projector on the entire time. It's in your home. So with that being said, you knew the screen was gray. And yet you went on camera and you lied and said, look how black the contrast level was on this product, knowing darn well that the screen itself was gray the entire time. So you mean to tell me that the entire time you were in that environment, you didn't notice that screen being gray? That the equipment that you have in your environment, including the arcade machines in the back that have a black cabinet, were not matching the screen? That screen clearly was a gray screen. And you didn't see this before you started the video? That you did see it, and you just continued to lie through the entire video, talking about it being the blackest product you've ever seen, when darn well you know it was gray. You know the term, Mr. McAfee, whatever's in the dark comes out in the light. That day you came out in the light, didn't you? Because that screen transferred over to a star field, and you got outed. And the black house paint, whatever that nonsense was, turned black. But the screen called the Series C's did not. It was continued gray. And then you proceeded to lie on camera by saying, what we have here is it may look like this has the vantage point, but there is no but to it. Your screen is gray. That's all to it. If you were in a room with investors, they would have walked out. There's nothing you would have been able to say to them, convince them that they were looking at a black screen. We all know our colors at the end of the day. Apparently, you do not. And then you continue to lie for this individual, which means that when we file fraud against this company, guess who else gets hit with that? You do, because you chosen videos of you advertising his product, which means you were part of that scam. I know you guys deleted the videos, but we have copies of them, so you know what to do. It's on the blacklist. You can watch it for yourself. The screen failed. So you can tell people are looking at it, like when he kept mixing the paint, one of the requirements of the Series C's was constant stirring the paint, constantly stirring. When you're required to constantly stir something, that means it's not keeping its form. It's breaking down. That's what's happening. And that's why you constantly stir. If you take oil and water, which do not mix, and you put them in a container, now if you stir this up for a couple of minutes, they look like they blend. But after a while, when it starts to settle, they will separate every single time. In order for them to keep them look like it's one form, like they marry well, you would have to stir this. And this is where you kept doing this over and over again. You kept stirring it, which means that mixture was gray. It kept turning gray. Whatever you had in it was black, was not taking so well. Now, if you had water in there, and you put mica in there, it would have taken. Anything would have taken with water. There was something in there that was causing the water not to be able to marry well with whatever black pigment that you put in there. Because when you basically put rolled in your screen, this is why he removed the video. If you look closely on the screen, you will see clumps of black powder that were dry to the screen. These were the clumps of powder that didn't break up properly, didn't separate in the container because something was blocking it. And if you want to sit there and say that no, has nothing to do with oil, your last product that you made that you gave away for free, there was body gel in it. You know what that does to a screen? You put body gel oil into it. It's the same thing what happens if you use an oil-based product as a screen paint. There's oil in it, which is going to cause the surface to hot spot like crazy. Now with the body gel in it, it's going to make it virtually impossible to be able to paint the screen down because your rollers are not going to be spinning. They're going to be stuck. Like, you know, you get a car and you're trying to get them move in the snow, you get no traction. Your rollers can't get any traction. That's why when you painted the screen down and you were talking to your wife, you were telling her to roll it, smear the paint around, because you couldn't roll it in because of the oil that was in it. It wasn't allowing the rollers to spin. You were smearing paint everywhere. I have it on video. But you were smearing the paint everywhere. That's why you said get the surface wet before you paint it in. That's the dumbest thing I ever heard, because the surface would be wet regardless if you paint it in. It's still going to be wet. How would that even work? That doesn't make any sense. But you did that because the first application wouldn't roll in. It had to be smeared around the screen because there was oil in it. And yet you come up there and call yourself the philosopher. You got people at the end of the day that think, delusion of grandeur, that's what it's called, that they think that they're smarter than everybody else, and they will do the dumbest things you've ever seen in front of them, but they'll come up there and try to act like, you know, this is what it is. This is how it's made. You know, I'm more experienced in this field. I would know. Yeah, anybody that painted for years would know at the end of the day, if your rollers weren't spinning, then either your rollers are busted, something's wrong with them, or basically something's not allowing the paint to be able to grab traction to that surface to allow it to spin. And I had the same problem when I made your free mixture and did the demonstration myself. My rollers had a very difficult time spinning. You had oil in that paint. Now that goobity goo nonsense was half water. He was literally selling you half water. You were getting 16% paint and 16% water. That would make the multiple colors he had in there that you would stack together, and it would make some super screen, which again, lie. But you had half water, and you were telling people that when the paint gets there, there'll be a separation, the polymers, which AKA is just paint. I'm trying to make it sound fancy. The reason why it's separated because there's water in there, and it shouldn't have been never water in there, and you just want them to stir it up. That's why you require them to stir between each coat, because the paint separates. Now you're easy. Oh. Now see, this guy talked a lot of nonsense, made these claims. What happened in your situation? We got you to cancel over, good gracious, 7 times and we're $700 worth of orders, which you had to give the money back, you had to pay PayPal back money. That was embarrassing, right? Right, okay. We got you to pull your website down multiple times because after the orders that were going through, he couldn't take it, so he dropped his website, got it all documented. We got you to remove the entire state of Pennsylvania and 10 other states along with that. That's a credible track record to have right there. I'm probably personally talking about being the big daddy of screen paints. Your product failed multiple times on camera. Even the customer we contacted in the UK, I don't know why he had a black screen with a 0.8 and a 0.85 gain that high, sitting in a dark environment displaying the screen. There you go. So pretty much, and then you made some last claim you made that you were going to make our FLE technology, and yet I contacted you. This is on the blacklist. I reached out to him and I contacted him through email twice and through some messaging board he had twice, requesting video documentary on the gain range, showing us that it actually does exist, and I got no reply back at all. So what would that make you? Fake. Now, does our gain work? Yeah, it's right there. That's perfectly fine. A $16 projector. Yeah. Over here, $300 projector. Get the way back here in eco mode, going through all that light. $60 projector, 60 bucks. So altogether in this environment, I paid $116.25 for my setup. That's what I paid for. That's gotta hurt for those of you out there who have spent $3 grand for your projector and you can't do this. Now for the other half, we feel sorry for them because, you know, they got ripped off, you know. You got people like, you know, who got ripped off because they're buying for the first time and they trusted these people to sell them a good product, and these poor people got ripped off. That's what happened to them. Like the guy opening up the window, yeah, he got ripped off. And then I saw where we have the old video where his paint is mentioned multiple times. If somebody does a testimony on your product, you want them to mention your paint, right? How come the name is missing off the video? There are a lot of areas in that video that mention that paint is now missing. He contacted that customer and asked them to remove his name off a screen that he painted that he bought from the person. Oh man, I look at him and say, no, I ain't removing Jack. Why do you want me to remove it? What's wrong with it? Because I know I painted it to my wall, my screen washed out. So what's wrong with your product? I would take it to court. Because we noticed that it's missing. The name in there is missing. It was in there multiple times and it's missing. Because again, If I got somebody doing a testimony to paint my screen in, I want my name all through that thing. I want people to know it's my product up there. So for some reason, if you go up there and you look in the video, you'll notice that his name is nowhere to be found up there. You have to go to the bottom of the video where basically the guy didn't erase that, thank goodness. It has it right there. Well, keep in mind the video he shows this container, so I don't know how you would get around that. Yeah. I don't know how that would work. I don't know. I love when naysayers are going to say, well, all you do is write in your video, you get nothing done. Really? You see all this technology sitting around me compared to what you have right now. Oh, I'm sorry, you don't have a website anymore. So you don't have anything right now. I'll tell you what, they're going to check into, Mr. Fernando. They're checking into your license right now. They're checking the state of California. Do you have a license to sell within your state? That's what they're checking. Because remember, you did a video saying moving on to bigger and better things, and you're supposed to stop, right? You're still selling that product. You're doing it through invoice. That's why it's advertised in the screen. Why, first of all, you advertising in Cinemax? Doesn't that stuff match house paint on a camera? Well, there you go. Because you're trying to fool some people that may not know about it. Maybe some people haven't seen all the videos yet. Those are the people you're hoping to find to fool. And then what are you going to do? What's your return policy going to be? Because the invoice is different. I guess he writes it into the invoice. They write the rules and regulations in the invoice. So if you're still selling this product, invoice or not, and you don't have a license, you're going to show that license you have when you're selling. And that involves those people involved in that LLC and all that stuff. It involves them. See what I mean? Always. Oh man, I swear, he's always got some angle going on, man. Always got some angle going on. Somewhere, somehow, it's got some angle going on. He is Mexican Trump. That's what they call him. That's literally what they call him down. They call him Mexican Trump. That's what got the nickname, Mexican Trump. That's what they call him. Does more damage to his people than Trump does. But he sat right there and said, he did what? I said, yeah, this is the stuff he was doing against our company. He said, oh my goodness, man. This guy's making our people look bad, man. This guy's like, man, he could be Mexican Trump. And that's how it started. I was like, you know, that's a perfect name. They call him Mexican Trump. And these are my Mexican brothers that call you this. They call him Mexican Trump. Doing more damage than Trump. There's one thing when you have someone insinuating, making a statement, and there's another person who's actually doing what they're insinuating on the statement. The person who's doing it is far worse than the person who's making this statement. Because at least a statement can be debunked, but not when someone's actually doing it. And we're not talking about like, you know, something like stealing something, or we're talking about serious government crimes than the federal crimes. Yeah, he make his people look real bad. He do. My buddy saw that nonsense. They were like, gee whiz, the waste. You're making us look bad. I mean, you think about, you got to think about the crazy part of it all. You got them people are out in California with their kids. Their kids are out there holding banners and flags and stuff, you know, trying to debunk that nonsense that people have started about Mexicans being this, that, and the other. They're out there fighting for their freedom. And this dummy's inside of his home committing crimes. That's why people are labeling these people as being like this. And that's why he got the nickname Mexican Trump. So that's why I said when they put him in that holding facility and they find out what he was in there for, they don't look at him like, what the freak? Like, yeah, I'll be ticked off. Come on, you got to be kidding me. I'm minding my own business. I'm doing my own thing. You know what I mean? I'm under the radar. I'm trying my hard, you know, to do something positive, and I get pinched. And here it is. You're over here deliberately doing messed up stuff to make my life a nightmare. I'm definitely going to be upset about that. You're making us look bad. That's one of the things I hate when I go to a place like go to Poconos or something. And you're going to have a majority of a race up there, Caucasians, because, white people ski. Not a lot of black people ski, to tell you the truth, honestly, we don't. I mean, it's actually true. We just don't really ski a lot. But anyway, you do find some of us up there on the mountain, but not a lot. But anyway, and then you get people come down here want to act crazy and curse and do this and do that and everything. That makes us look bad. I'm like, come on, man. I mean, they already tell us that we're ghetto. We don't know how to act right. We are uncivilized. And they cause, not saying everybody. I'm just saying, but some people do. And it's a stereotype. Don't make stereotypes come to life. Because anybody knows that any race you're in, you go, oh, God, you got to be freaking kidding me. Man, I don't even want to be. I'm going to go way over there. No, you stay far away from me. And then, you ashamed? No, it's not a shame. You got to know how to carry yourself. Where you go, you got to know how to carry yourself with some kind of dignity, man. That's why you got people who have the ability to switch it on and off. You can't be that person everywhere. You can't. You have to be to switch it off. I can go in my hood and I can be who I am by my name over there and chill. And I can have a business meeting. I can keep all that slinging nonsense and talk proper on camera. Got to be the change back and forth. Everybody does it. But some people don't switch. They just stay on all day long. Like, that David Chappelle about keeping it real. If it goes wrong, there you go. But that's not keeping it real. That's destructive nature in the behalf that your people are already going through enough nonsense. Fernando, do you really understand the concept of what your people are going through right now? Because apparently you don't. Do you know there are people hiding in their homes because they're afraid to go out because they're afraid they're going to be snatched? There are people afraid to put their kids in school because they're terrified that these people are going to come in and take their kids and they won't know where their kids are at. They're afraid to go to work. They're afraid to provide for. They're afraid. They're terrified. They're scared. And here you are on YouTube committing some very serious crimes, making your people look bad. Yeah. There are people out there protesting in the streets. Like I said, got kids out in the street, they're protesting. Now, you want to sit there and call me racist? No, man, you're the biggest racist against your own people. Because you make them look bad. You think because you're Mexican, and at the end of the day, you want to make, he supported me for no reason. No. For an honest opinion, you're being deported you're not even getting deported. Forget that one. For an honest opinion, what honest opinion have you ever had? Honestly. Did you touch copyrights that didn't belong to you, right? You violated those copyrights, right? You wrote all over them. You wrote, oops, I did it again. I can touch this thing. You touched copyrights, right? You had a lawyer contact you, right, and tell you to back it down, right? You had a process server come to your door, right? And you still continue to carry on and act up. And in the minute immigration gets caught up in this craziness, now it's a racist thing. Poor Jamie at the end of the day. Because he didn't do anything wrong but break several federal crimes, and he feels that it's all about race. No, buddy, it's not about race at the end of the day. That document is completely different from the document you used to seeing. That document involves law enforcement officers for people who break the law. That's what that's for. And you did break the law, right? So guess what? You fit that category that's over there. But you're not being deported. You're not going home. You'll stay here, as I said before, and you're going to do your time here. Whatever time they give you, whatever you get, you're going to do it here. And if there's anything left over, then they'll deport you back over. But chances are, from what you just did, you're going to be living over here with us for a very long time until you pass off the earth, unfortunately. Because you did a lot of dumb stuff. And you're not spring chicken, so you don't have time to throw away. You're young, you got some time to throw away. Which you really don't, technically you don't, but still you have time to throw away. Because you got time to take a year off, figure out what you want to do, what you want to be, you ain't rushed into it or whatever, so and so. But you got parents like that. And then you got time to chill. And when you get older, you got time to make up that time and get the ball rolling, get working a little harder, so that way you can get what you got to get. Whew. But until then, you're making your people look bad. Because I guarantee you, if I go out there and I speak to any of those people out there protesting, say, hey, there's a guy right over there who's doing this to companies in America. I guarantee you're going to have a mob at your front door. Not one person in that crowd is going to support your point of view. Not one. Because that's what they're being labeled as. They get mad at their own people when they do something stupid like, you gotta be kidding me. You don't see us out here doing this, doing what we're doing at the end of the day. You gonna come here and do that nonsense? Come on. That's why it's a thing that when black people watch the news and they talk about somebody doing something crazy insane, and we be have our fingers crossed like, please don't let it be an African American. Don't let it be an African American. Don't be an that actually does happen. Like, please. I mean, our people got enough against us already. Please don't let it. I mean, you hate it to be any other race, yes, but you got a lot against you. Keep in mind that I have a higher risk if I'm in a vehicle and I'm reaching for something, I'm getting shot. Very high risk. I could just be reaching for my license, and I got a high risk of being killed. Or even dragged out of a vehicle and beaten. High risk of it. Now, it does happen in other races, it does. But African American man has the highest race. If we go reach for something, there's a 100% chance we might make it back. Look at you, you spongy boy, you. You absolutely spongy boy. You spongy today. Extra spongy. Don't ask me where I get these nicknames from. He's a cat. He just has weird names. I think I glued all the tabs on here and everything down nicely. I'm going to start my paint job on here, and I got stuff to do. Yep. Yes, sirree. Alright, this one's finished. We got to paint this thing black, Taco. You want to help me this time? I will help you paint it. I will help you paint it. Oh, I will help you paint it. Yeah, we're still working on our whatchamacallit, our fantasy line with the whole freaking screen that's going to go in front of this. It's going to be a display screen with a computer in it. It's a big PC. Yep. Now, yep, future's bright for us. I'm happy. I've got my new business cards pretty soon. The tappers. Just tapping or something. Man, I can't wait for those things, man. I cannot wait. I'm gonna have so much fun with those cards. I went into Vistaprint and designed my full-fledged commercial, download all my pictures, video demonstrations, where the office is located. We got the office pumped everywhere. I don't know, this guy came on air showing off our office. I'm like, this is where he's at. So, and what's your point? That's where I'm at. What's your point? And it's everywhere. It's in my websites. It's on my Facebook pages. It's on my business cards. It's everywhere. That's why we got the office, dum-dum. We got the office so we can have a professional place for clients to meet us at so we can show them the technology. I couldn't do that in the garage. I definitely couldn't do that in the apartment complex because it was against policy. Can't do that. So again, we can show off the screen. I can't have customers walking in and out of that building. So this is a fantastic place because we can bring clients in here. They can check out the technology. You can see it on this place. It's got a professional address to it. Why not, wouldn't I, basically? You advertised for me for free. That's what you did. You actually worked for me. And he does work for me. What did Cat Williams say, people? What did Cat Williams? Cat Williams said, if you got 30 haters, get yourself 30 more. Did he not say that? Gotta love the haters. Gotta love the haters. The haters advertise for you for free. If you're making a product and it's supposed to be crap at the end of the day, customers are going to seek you out. They're going to look for you. They're going to see, why is this guy talking so much trash about this guy? Let's see how bad his product is. I do it all the time. Someone's talking, how bad is the product? I gotta go check it out. I literally bought a video game because they said it was really, really, really bad. It was Cyberpunk 77 because that's when they had all the bad glitches in it. I literally bought a game for $60 because of the glitches, how bad they were. Those glitches were epic. They were freaking amazing, but I bought it for that because everybody kept talking about it, and I went and bought it. So when you do that, they're going to come to us and say, how bad is this guy's product? And they're going to come in here and see this. Our demonstrations, our matching betters, our challenges, screens that massive 250, 180s, dual 150 inches stuff you're not even doing. And they're going to compare what I'm doing to your channel and see that you don't have anything in there. You know, they're going to chalk it up to jealousy. You're jealous of us. And they're going to contact me. I get them all the time. Mr. Bird, hey, how you doing? I'm doing pretty good. Yeah, that Jamie fellow, boy, he's got some problems at the end of the day. That guy is really jealous of you. We get it all the time. Man, he was talking all this trash. That's how I found your channel. I came in to check you out. Man, you got a lot of stuff going on in here. You guys don't play around. There you go. You work for me. So you got anything else you want to say? You want to bring me some more business? Jeez. Before we get to court, mind you, I got a new studio I'm working on. You might want to, can you advertise that for me for free too? I would appreciate it. I'm not going to pay you, but you are going to work for me, and you've been working for me. Now, see the difference between my progress and yours? Dark apartment, overpriced projector, $16.25, an environment at the lumen count at 24,000 in the ceiling and operating with a screen that can see through at 6K of lighting on the opposite side of it. There you go. See? All right, let me see. Yeah, I feel it too. I shut these machines down. Wait, especially this one right here. We got to eat one still. Ooh, toasty. That's one. The ritual pumps don't fire up too much, so we're good on that one. I can keep the Picos on. These Picos are much cooler. There we go. Is that better, Taco? Much better? Let's see. Yep. Look at your big head in screen. You want some treats? Hey, treats. Treats. It's weird. Dogs, you can just say treats and they didn't know it's treats. Cats, different. Treats. Where's the sarcasm? Treats. You just turn this here. You did just turn. You want some treats? Treats. I told you, cats are the master of sarcasm. They are. They will turn their head to you. Look at me, talking. They're like, Turn it to the side, looking in every direction. We'll give you that side-eye look. Give me the master of sarcasm. You still there? Yeah, watch this. You know that sound, right? I said, dog, treat a dog one time. It's go treat, boom. And they already know. They know they're getting treats. The cat's like, whatever, don't care. Gave me the headbutt. I'm like, thank you, Dad. There you go. What do we got today? This is what we got right there. This is what we got today. This is what we don't get today. We got the Temptation fish. He's had them all. I gotta warn his people at the end of the day, don't buy in the big bags. They're buying the big bags. And he'll be eating the same thing. These treats get changed. We get different treats. I like to get the assortment bag. We get different ones in there. You don't like, pretty much don't like the milk. They have the milk flavor. You don't like them. And the catnip, he didn't like them. You don't fancy catnip. He didn't like that too much. But the rest of them, he love them. So I give him different ones that he'll have. And it's funny because on Taco, we take Taco out. We have other places, people I know around Allentown. We go, they always carry treats on them for Taco. We get treats, we have water, places I can go to. We're going to be over and chilling for a bit. I got everything set up for Mr. Taco. One person has even a paid pen. I can take them out of the bag and run out of the pen and everything. Pretty cool. Nice people. All right, people. Well, what do we get for time? We're not bad for time. I got some stuff I got to do. Gotta get ready for these other levels. What I'm glad about these business cards, no brochures. Like everything's right there. Literally, everything's right there. You don't need a brochure. Digital business cards, best way to go. I mean, it's $32 for one card, but you're not going to need a bunch of cards. You just need one. That's it. You don't have to worry about making new cards. You never run out. And you can always go in and change whatever you want. So you get a new phone number, you can change that. Get another phone number, you can change that. You can alter and change that well. I got insurance on mine. If I lose, I get another one. And they wipe it once they're done. You know? Yeah. Oh. Someone's asking what the card's made of. Not paper. Go ahead, though. It's not plastic. It's a microchip. The entire card is a giant microchip. That's really what it is. That's why they call them digital cards. So you got music you play. You don't have a musical instrument on you, right? You can do demos on YouTube of you playing your music and everything, and you can put the music on that card. So when you tap it, there's a little thing that comes up, like a little app that comes up. You press on it, and you can have your music. You have what your business is all about. It's like a commercial on a card. It's amazing. Amazing. These things were expensive when they came out. They were super crazy expensive. But now they're pretty affordable. I would definitely get this over business cards any day. And I've paid a lot of money for business cards. You even add music to it, which I'm going to definitely add music to mine next. Alright. We got everything else here completed. That's basically about it. Alright, people. I got business to conduct today. I'm going to be out and about. I'm not going to be doing daily walk and talk. I got people I got to meet, see, and talk about this and get that done and all that other good stuff. Is my container knocked over in there? It's not. Let me just go. What's he up to? What is Taco up to? Yeah, he's not supposed to touch that cotton. He doesn't touch it. He's good. Hey, Taco. Denario. He answers to Denario. Roberto. 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 Rodriguez. 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 Isn't it interesting? They don't respond to certain names. This is his full name. It's part of his name. Taco. He answers to Taco and Denario. They call him Taco Denario. That's why. Denario. 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 Taco Denario, Roberto Rodriguez, bud. Taco Denario, Roberto Rodriguez, bud. You're going to get some trouble. What are you going to do, Taco Denario, Roberto Rodriguez, bud? And it's funny because everybody I bring around Taco, that name he has, they be in there cracking up. Oh, one time I was on something on YouTube. Hey guys, you named your cat Taco? Technically not. He named himself Taco. His original name was Taku. Something out of Japanese anime. That's what it was. But he wouldn't take to it. He wouldn't respond to it. And my sister was talking about she was making tacos. So you're making tacos, and he responded to Taco. I don't know, he just responded to it. He just responded to Taco. He chose his own name. So he goes by Taco. Taco! How you doing, Taco? Yes. And if we're lucky to get another cat, which you don't like cats at all, he can't stand his own cat. He can't stand it. You don't like cats. We're going to get another dog. We'll get a dog, and we're going to name him Guacamole. Guacamole. That's probably a cool name for a dog. No dog called Guacamole. It's Guacamole. Guacamole and Taco. Sounds like a Nickelodeon cartoon. Guacamole and Taco. The Adventures of Guacamole and Taco. All right, people. I got to go. Thank you for your time, and God bless.